Hi, I'm Sonny Young. Welcome to another episode of The Penalty Box.
If you are firm and you are sure that you can move and you can score.
Two of the World Cup's biggest stars, Luis Suarez of Uruguay and Neymar from Brazil, were not able to finish football's premier event, one for disciplinary reasons, the other for injury reasons. Let's begin with Neymar. Was that a legitimate challenge in that match against Colombia?
Well, Neymar's incident, some may say that it was a pretty rough tackle or incident, or some may say it wasn't. Zuniga wasn't that close to the ball. It seemed like his knee was high, and it was intentional, like he wanted to. But I mean,
that's true. But how many incidents like that happens during your regular game? You have. I did not personally see nothing outrageous about that challenge. I understand the ball was on the other side and the Colombian defender had no chance to get a ball, but it was, I would say, more accident than some real intention.
But it's not at the end. But it's not that. At the end, Neymar is hurt. Neymar is out of the World Cup.
The fact that it is Neymar and not another player, has that brought more attention to the whole?
Yeah, the problem is I remember in 1980s when we had Maradona, who was basically unstoppable, and I remember particularly some Italian defenders, they were really harsh, hard. They were doing hard tackles on him, and the question then was, how can we protect our best players? Meanwhile, 20 years afterwards, even more, game became even more physical. So the question again is, how do we protect best stars? Don't forget that James from Colombia was getting similar treatment. Okay, so he couldn't also play his best game. So how do we protect both sides?
Quick answer.
All stars.
Quick answer. There's no way. Every team is after their opponent's best player. So you can't really avoid it. That's just how it is.
Unfortunately, Neymar got injured, but any player could get injured like on a tackle like this. It wasn't for a red card, and it's good that the referee didn't get the red card.
Luis Suarez, his World Cup ended early for another reason, for biting an Italian defender. He received a 4-month ban from FIFA, World Football's governing body. I actually thought he might get a longer ban, since he's done this before.
Don't forget, he apologized.
Yeah, after 2 weeks, and after I guess he was advised by some, PR person how to handle the issue. Better kind of says, "I'm so sorry," and then let's move on. The fact is, before that incident, his price was going up, especially after 2 goals against England. His price was going up and up and up and up. So if you're his potential employer, you have to ask yourself, am I ready to invest 80 million euros for somebody who is potentially loose cannon?
But he promises he won't do it again.
Yeah, but he did it already 3 times.
He's done it how many times? And it's not just that. It's about other incidents, diving or the racist incident that he did. Will it stop? It won't. Listen, guys, the thing about these incidents that are happening is you have to also put the media and the social networking into this, because it plays a huge role. As soon as these incidents happen, players go out on their Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Twitter. They apologize. They say how they feel. We saw Neymar immediately went ahead and gave out his thoughts about he's not going to make it. It was his dream to play for the final if that ever happened. But right now his dream is to have his players go for the final and then basically be part of this. So in my opinion, this World Cup being the best World Cup, for most people, I think you have to also put this media, the social networking into perspective, because it's changed a lot of what's going on after the pitch, after the match, people's feelings, incidents, whatever you want to call it. So it does help a little bit.
And on that note, Hakeem, I mean, that whole social media aspect, maybe this is probably the most watched World Cup.
Especially in United States. Because how they handle the way from the group of death, almost beat Belgium. Hopefully that this is a very good perspective for the U.S. soccer in the future.
All right, let's talk about highlights at this World Cup. What were some of your personal highlights?
Flying Dutch, #1. Flying Dutch, #1. Van Persie. That
Beautiful
was a
goal.
Piece of the art.
So for me, it's James' goal against Uruguay, the first one, but also Second one was amazing to me.
David Luiz?
What about David Luiz? Actually, you're right.
Okay. I thought you were going to say David Luiz.
You're right. Actually, David Luiz. I was shocked because watching David Luiz and kicking so many free kicks out into the stands where fans sit, hitting this one, it's such an important game. It was just amazing, brilliant.
Yeah. I was going to agree with you too. James Rodriguez, out of nowhere, he just came out and he's a star. And I think another reason why he didn't do so good against Brazil, because like I said, we're going back to the first question, Brazil knows that's their main player. You're going to have to go hard on him, try to tackle him, and at the end of the game, referee, we can blame the referee for not giving. He gave so many fouls, but not a single yellow card until God knows when he pulled out his yellow card. But yes, that's how it is.
Okay, I have a question. What is the most outrageous referee call of this World Cup?
Croatia.
No, I'm not asking because of that.
No, not because Brazil. No, I would agree with you. It was pretty horrible.
But there was some other
ruined the game.
calls.
It really did ruin the game for Croatia. As a Brazil fan, I did not want to see that. I wanted to see a clean game.
No, you remember penalty kick Greece against Ivory Coast at the very last minute.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Penalty kick for.
What about the diving in the tournament? Yeah. Should they maybe have shown some yellow cards
that's why I like
for that?
English Premiership League. When a referee realizes that someone is a diver, that's why Luis Suarez maybe is leaving probably for Spain because he cannot survive in England anymore. They give you a yellow card because you want to trick official, and that's how other leagues, I think, should implement the same approach, in my view. That's the only way how you can get rid of it, at least try to get rid of it.
Most surprising team at this World Cup?
Costa Rica.
Unbelievable
how they make it, how they play with a soap. They don't have many players who are playing in a Premier League, in Calcio, in La Liga. Great coach. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it again.
Great goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Navas.
Yes. They almost scored in the last minute against the Netherlands. So,
could have made it to the semifinals.
Exactly. I bet they are big heroes in their country.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, but this World Cup shows that you have to have a good bench. Usually these teams who are going forward are the teams who can make a substitute in the last minutes of the game. Unfortunately, Costa Rica doesn't have a bench, and that was the case with them on this World Cup.
Costa Rica was great, but they also have to have some experience, and especially going against teams like Netherlands. They usually Argentina as well. Some of these games they win because of experience, and a lot of times, the game changes, especially in the round of 16 and then quarterfinals. You don't see that many goals. Everybody plays conservative. You see a lot of defending, so it's all about experience.
And on that note, that's all the time we have for now. See you next time here in the penalty box.